morning. What time is it? Tax Tuesday. Hello, my loves. Hello, my people. How are you doing? This is K Pal, your tax guru. Yes, this is my weekly show. This is my weekly Tax Tuesday. And I am so excited because I got some stuff to talk to you about. First of all, I got a guest. It's going to be awesome. And then, everybody want to know, is another stimulus check coming down? Everything's checking out. So I got the updates for you on what's going on with the fourth stimulus check. I also going to talk about some small business stuff. But hey, hold on your seat, buckle up. Let's go. We getting ready to have a great day today. So my first guest is Nakita Price, and I'd like to bring her on. She is, this is small business entrepreneur month. So I'm featuring all the local small businesses. If you want to be featured, please IM me or whatever it is, send me a message. But Nakita Price, I'd like to introduce you to my audience, to my clientele. Welcome to Tax Tuesday.
Kay. Hi, Tax Tuesday family.
Tell them about your business.
My name is Nakita Price, and I run Third Eye Watching. I am a firearms instructor, and I also do live scan fingerprinting, and I teach also how to use other self-defense weapons if you feel like a firearm isn't for you. My target audience is women, so I cater to my sisters, but men are welcome, and so are children from about age 9 or 10 on up.
Wow. So tell us about your sessions. How does it work?
I have a bunch of different classes. So if you're new to firearms, I suggest that you first start with my firearm safety and education class. That way, that class will teach you what the responsibilities of owning a firearm are. Because some people just think, well, I need to defend myself. This world is getting crazy. I need a gun. Well, sometimes a gun isn't what's for everybody. It's actually a huge responsibility to own a gun and to be able to carry a gun. It's a huge responsibility. So I always suggest that people take that class first so that you get all the information you need to know, and then you can decide from there which way is best for you to defend yourself.
So if you take the firearm responsibility class, which I do, I recommend that too, because once you move into that realm, you're talking about really, changing, how you live.
Right.
Then what do you do as far as do you actually do target practice too?
Yes. My first class that has an actual range component where we actually shoot live ammunition is called my Intro to Pistol class. It's about 4 to 5 hours, sometimes 6, depending on the person and how they learn or how much they're able to absorb the information. But part of the class is in my training room here, and then the rest of the class we actually go out to the range and put into practice what you have been taught in the class that day.
Do you have to have your own firearm and ammunition?
You do not have to have your own firearm. Ammunition is the only thing that's not included in the class. And the reason I do that is because most people don't have their own firearm. And when we go to the range and we rent one of theirs, the rental is included in the cost of the class. But when you're renting one of the rentals from the gun range, they require you to use their ammunition. So that's why I don't include the ammunition in the cost of the class.
Oh, I've taken a class before, and let me tell you, the bullets, I don't know if it's too old, the bullets was popping up, the shells was popping on me, they was hot. I was like, but
no, they do that because the guns are designed to eject the cartridges out the right hand side of the gun. Yeah. So once the bullet is fired out the muzzle of the gun, which is the front part of the gun, the cartridge is ejected out of the top right hand side. So those casings do go flying, and you do need to be careful because they are really hot. And that's why it's important to make sure you have proper eye protection on. I encourage people to wear either like a visor or a hat, because then you have that extra cover over your eyes, because those things do pop everywhere. And when you're shooting on an indoor range, there's partitions that
Yeah.
separate you from the person that's shooting on the side of you, and those casings will bounce off of those, pop you back in the head, and it's a mess. And that's another thing that I do. I don't know if other instructors do it, but some people that are really scared or really apprehensive about firearms, I don't take them to an indoor range. Indoor ranges can be very intimidating because the noise is really loud and it
Oh.
sounds like you're in a war zone.
Mm-hmm.
So for first time shooters, I like to take them to an outdoor range because there's so much space for that sound to dispel, and it puts less pressure on that shooter, and they're not like they're not as jumpy when you're shooting outside as opposed to inside.
Oh, I never did the indoor one. Okay, so let me ask you a question. Does your class qualify for people that want to get their concealed weapon license?
I have two classes for concealed weapons license. I have one called the CCW seminar. That class actually, you bring your laptop or whatever electronic device that you have, and I actually walk you through the application process. So you're actually applying right then and there in the class. Then
Oh.
after that application process is finished, I have some laser training pistols that we use indoors.
Mm-hmm.
We practice how to properly hold a gun, how to fire a gun, how to draw from your holster, and all of that stuff. And then my second class that has to do with CCW is the actual, once the sheriff's department tells you that you have been approved, that class you want to take is the CCW initial class, and it's 16 hours. So the first 8 hours is all in the classroom, and we go over gun laws, your responsibilities, the different responsibilities that you take on being a concealed carrier. We talk about self-defense insurance. We talk about a lot of stuff in that class. And then the second half of that class, which is the next day, is all on the range where you actually have to qualify.
Okay, so if I wanted to take your classes, how would I contact you? What would I do?
You will go to my website. It's www.thirdeyewatching.com, and it's the number 3. And you would look in course descriptions. On that page, there are all the classes that I offer. It's a description. It tells you how long the classes are, how much they cost, and what they include. And then whatever class that you're interested in, you would go to the appointments tab and make an appointment for that class.
Okay, that's
If
good.
it is a group that you want to make an appointment for, because some people
Mm-hmm.
want to shoot with their friends or with their
Mm-hmm.
family, all I need is for one person to make that appointment. Then email me and tell me that you have a group, and then I can manually add the other people to that group session, and then I invoice you for the remainder of the people that want to go to that same class.
So what would be like the minimum? What is your cheapest class to your most expensive class fees?
My cheapest class would be my firearms safety and education class. It's $75.
Mm-hmm.
Although this year I've partnered with the African Marketplace. So every first Saturday at the African Marketplace, I do my firearms safety and education class for $20.
Oh, hey, that's a good one. Y'all listen? Y'all hear
All
that?
you have to do, all you have to do every first Saturday, come to the African Marketplace from 1:30 to 3 o'clock, and just show up. You pay at the door. It's $20, and you'll basically get the intro part of getting into firearms and what's all required.
Wow. Now that was a good little tip. I like that. I like
Yes.
that. So,
Also, I wanted to tell you on August 21st
uh-huh.
from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. is my grand opening. I
Oh,
finally got my office the way that I want it to be. So I'm inviting everybody to come and see where my training space is, to get a little bit more information about me and my classes. And I also have a couple of speakers that will be here. And I wanted to introduce everybody to I belong to two firearms groups. One is all ladies, and one is our co-ed group. And I'm going to introduce everybody to those. So if they're interested in the firearms, then this is a good way to know more people.
what's the address?
6130 Freeport Boulevard.
Oh,
I'm right across the street from the um, Executive Airport.
Mm-hmm.
It's a big brown building. It says Freeport Executive Building right on the front.
Oh yeah, I've seen that building.
Yeah.
Because of course, since I bought a Lampard Bowl, I rolled down that street
Yes,
a
I could
lot.
literally walk there from here.
Yeah, so I know exactly what you're talking about. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm very thankful for you. The issue is that I'm not telling anyone because I'll throw some holy oil on somebody and that'll put them stop in their track. But I also know that there are some people that are vicious and very violent and very rural, mean, and that some protection we need even more than the holy oil. So
Right.
I
And that's
that's
what
what
I want people to know, that a gun is the last resort.
yeah,
You want to do everything you can to avoid a deadly situation.
absolutely,
But
because you
if
got to
it
live with
comes to
that.
that
Mhm.
and it comes down between you and that person that is trying to attack you, you want to be the person to go home at the end of the day.
Come on, girl, you better preach now. That's exactly right. If it's me or you gonna be dragged up out of here.
Right.
So hey. But I'm gonna reason with you with everything. I used to tell my ex-husband, I said, oh, because I've been in my dad was in the service. My almost every one of my ex-husbands was in the service, and Chuck was in the service. So when I used to tell George, who was he was a master gun person. In fact, he had
Oh, that's awesome.
yeah, he was actually on the presidential 100 presidential list, and if they come here, if he could get in his outfit, they were supposed to call him to if they needed him to help protect the president. So that's how good he was. He was a master. But when he used to have me running around the house um, practicing maneuvers in case somebody broke in here, and I would tell him, I'm going to shoot him in the toe. And he would be, you ain't that good of a person to shoot him in the toe. You got to be good. You got to shoot for the mask. He said, you can't be trying to shoot nobody in the
Exactly.
toe. He
You
said,
aim center mass.
yeah, he said, you have to save the center mass. He said, you ain't that. I said, but that's somebody's son. I don't want to kill him. And he said, well, it's either you or them. If they bold
Exactly.
enough to break up in here and come with something, then that's what happens. So
And you have to think about it like that, because nobody, at least no good-natured person, which I believe majority of us are, nobody wants to have to take a life. That's not
yeah,
something that is natural to us. But if
yeah.
that person is trying to take yours, you want to be the person to win that fight.
Absolutely. Come on, girl. I love you. You're awesome. Well, I thank you, Nakita. I hope that all of you in the audience, all of you people, that if you want to do this and you got a weapon, and all y'all got a secret little weapon at home, then you need to be licensed. You need to know the responsibility of it. You need to make sure that everyone is safe if that's what you're doing. So I highly encourage you. I thank you for 3i Watching for being on here. And you're one of my biggest supporters, and I'm one of your biggest supporters. And I
I love you,
appreciate you.
Kay.
I love you too, and I appreciate you and Brian and your children, all of you. And I hope to see you again. We'll do this again, okay?
Okay.
Okay, and
Thank you for
you will
having
be
me.
seeing me.
All
Okay,
right.
God bless you and
Bye-bye.
thank you. Oh, well, wasn't that wonderful, you guys? I really enjoyed that. I'm not, advocating any type of gun violence. All I'm advocating is if that's what you're going to do. Good morning, Bonita. Welcome back. I saw Greece is shutting down. I'm so glad you're back. Good morning, Selena. I love you guys. So I'm so happy to see everybody. Thank you, Vanessa. Thank you for all checking in. That was a wonderful part of the show. So now we're going to talk about some other things. Oh, I know some of y'all really been waiting. I have lost my audience because if I ain't talking about the stimulus, they ain't trying to hear. Everybody's like, when we getting our next money? It's interesting that I've been, I was looking out there and seeing what's going on. There is some momentum. There is some stuff going on about getting a fourth stimulus package. And oh, that's why I didn't get mine. So I had tried to print something and it's on my phone, but what's going on? So right now, even though we're shutting down the fourth stimulus check, so we got the 1,200 from IRS, and I'm not talking about California. Then we got the 600, and then we got the 1,400. There is a bill in legislature for us to get, and it ain't gonna work. But come on, I'll just tell you what it says. Just to kind of wet your whistle. 1,200 a month for 3 years for Americans, and There's like a billion, I don't know, so many $1 billion that's going on. But at this point in time, unless things completely shut down and the economy needs help, it's not really making no momentum. It's just something that's being thrown around, and they're talking about it. But I just think like I don't know. We know that especially with this new uh, variant of the COVID, that things are getting ready to get bad again. But we don't know if it'll be enough to stimulate another stimulus check yet. But there is talk about a fourth stimulus check, so stay tuned for that, and I'll keep you updated on what's going on. But it's 1,200 a month, and it starts next year, so it ain't even gonna start this year. But if the economy gets bad, they may change those dates. So that's the news on that. The next, I want to go back to advanced child tax credit because we're gonna talk about this first. So what's going on with it is still the same thing. The checks are going out. People are wondering what's going on. IRS has a portal. So IRS has a portal, and you can go to irs.gov and find out, yes, manage my payment, and find out what's the status is, what's going on it. So how it works is there's like three little buttons. You go on that advance, and then there's a button if you want to find out how to manage it, meaning giving updates. That means bank account, adding children, changing address or whatever. You can go on there and do that. Now, the next payment is going out August 15th, and I believe the deadline is probably passed for that. So, you have to make sure that you watch the deadline for making changes for the next payment. So August 15th is the next payment. Your bank information, whatever needs to be put in there, update. If you haven't gotten it, you need to go in there and see what's going on. Then there also is a button for non-filers, people that didn't file their 2020 taxes or 2019, or something's going on and you need to update that. That's where you file. You press that button. Okay, then there's another one. That's the one that if you want to opt out. If you don't want it, you can opt out and you don't have to get it. And then there's another one that says if you're eligible. If you say, well, am I getting it? You don't have to call your tax person. All you got to do is go in there, IRS.gov. But I know it's easier to call the tax person. But I'm telling you right now, go on there. I tried to go on for my clients and I wasn't able to do that because they want you to first verify who you are. I can't verify I'm you. They want us to do the identity check. I can't do no identity pass for nobody but me. So I can't help you. I would love to provide that service to you because I love my clients. You got to do it yourself. So that's it on the advanced child tax credit. Woo woo! All right, let's go to the next thing. The next one is the Golden State stimulus check. So guess what? They've got they got the Golden State stimulus 1 and the Golden Gate stimulus 2. Now the Golden Gate stimulus 1 is been administered. People are getting it. If you want to see if you qualify or what's going on or what's the status, you have to go to ftb.ca.gov and find out if you're eligible. Now, that was the first one, and that was the one, the Golden State Stimulus 1 was for if you are make 30,000 in California, you got to live in California, 30,000 or less, and you qualify for the earned income tax credit for the state, not the federal. That was 30,000 or less your income. That's one. Now, the governor, who's trying to remain governor, doing everything he can, but he said there's a surplus. Now he's putting out a new one, which has been adopted and approved, and it's called the Golden Gate Stimulus 2. Those checks are due to come out in September. $600 for adults, and those include $500 for dependents to receive that. So you have to look and see if you're eligible. Go to see governor, and that's for 75,000. So he's moved up. So the first one was for low income. This one is for middle class. The maximum is 75,000. So that's going to bring in at least a couple million more people that will qualify for this Golden Gate stimulus. As I said, it's $600. And then there is a dependent care, which $500 if you file. If you filed your taxes and you have a dependent, then you'll be able to get $500 for each dependent. But you have to file 2020 taxes. Can't get away with it. Oh, let's move about 2019. No, file 2020 taxes. Has to be filed, and it has to be done by October 15th. If you don't have it done by October 15th, then guess what? You lost some money. So, if you're a non-filer and you're not required, still file so that you can get this. But if for 75,000, you have to file, you are required to file your taxes. So that would be important for you to do that. And um, so I just want to encourage you for the Golden State stimulus. The checks will start coming out next month, September. Ding ding. Okay, that's it for that. Don't call me. Look on FTB's website and let's see. So now we're going to talk about small businesses. Woo, 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 woo. So I'm so excited. Small business, you my heart. I love everyone, but small businesses need help. So the first thing we're going to talk about is SBA they're putting out a portal for PPP. So I get calls all the time, especially the wonky people. How am I going to do you don't want to get stuck with this. I get it. So the PPP forgiveness portal, SBA has announced that they're opening it up after August 14th. That means you don't have to go through your lender. These are for people that got PPP for 150,000 or less. You can go straight to sba.gov and find the portal, and then you have to answer the questions. So the questions are really easy. They're the same as what do you have to apply for the Golden Gate stimulus? You don't have to apply. All you have to do, as I went back, y'all, sorry about that. I was answering that question. All you have to do is file your 2020 taxes and you'll be qualified for that. And if you didn't receive it for the first one, go on FTB website and they'll let you know when you're supposed to or what happened. So anyway, let's go back to the PPP forgiveness. Oh no, I'm focused. I'm going to stay on that because that one's cool because you don't have to go to your lender. I belong to U.S. Bank. They have not, for me, they have not given me a portal yet. So I'm going to go straight to PPP because I got less than 150,000. You got to make some big money to get 150,000 small businesses. Anyway, so if you're 150,000 and man, it's easy as pie. You don't have to pay nobody. You don't have to call me. You can do it yourself. It's so easy. All you got to do is say, this is what I used the money for. I paid payroll or I paid this and blah, 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 blah. And you could get your forgiveness, all of it. Not part of it, all of it. Woo woo! Somebody better ring and toot that horn. I think that is fantastic because waiting on these lenders, they so lazy, and some of these lenders, they are so irresponsible. I shouldn't talk about y'all because you gave us the money. So why should I talk? It says if I'm looking at a question for Linda, if all my loan is being modified as portal is a forgiveness. This been since May 7th. Okay, it's not allowing that my loan is being. Oh yeah. Okay, so we're gonna talk about that. That's the idle. So that's next. So the PPP. Remember, starting August 4th. So what is today? Today is August 3rd, y'all. So starting Thursday, you can go directly to the sba.gov and actually do your forgiveness without going through the lender. Woo woo. Okay, I rang that bell. Okay, the next one is the idle loan. I like that, Benita. So I'm just going to talk about that right now. So the idle information, a lot of people have put in for the increase for the idle. They've done for the target advance on the idle. And I recommend that you actually call SBA and find out what's going on with idle. I had a number I was getting ready to look for. Let's see here. I'll post it on my website. But Heather, when she was here, she had given me a number and you could call. And I called yesterday to check for somebody on the SBA. And they found out you can talk to them directly. You have to have your application number. You have to be able to talk to them. And what you do is you just need to follow up. Benita, if you haven't heard anything since May 4th, that's way too long. You call those people up and you find out. Now, what I'm finding out is 60% of the people that have applied, that their loans have been denied for some reason. Most of it is about the 4506T. The Heather mentioned that they were having a hard time getting the 4506T through IRS. So what's reason why is because IRS, they have a tremendous workload. And so they are behind on that. And they are not responding. So what you do is make sure your 4506T is there. I call them. What's going on? Give me an update. Give me a status. If you go in your portal, the COVID release portal, and all of a sudden, this is what happened to me. I went into the portal, and before they said I could get this amount, then it reverted back to the original loan. So I called them. They said, well, your 4506T was denied because you didn't put your new address, your old address on there. So I had to resubmit all my paperwork. So if they deny you, I heard they're denying like not 95% of people for one reason or another. If they deny you, then what you need to do is do a reconsideration. And I know many people have been approved for the reconsideration. But you just have to like not give up and go through that process. So that's what's the update on the item. Woo, woo. Okay, what am I doing? I'm moving on to the next. Hallelujah. I've already passed my time. So I got a couple of more things. Hang in there with me. Don't get bored. Just stay in there. I got a couple really good news for you. One of the news is about the California Relief Grant. Woo! That has been such a help to small businesses. You can get 5,000, 15, 10,000, 15,000. The California Relief Grant, baby, is getting ready to make it now. Oh, it goes up to 25,000. It's getting ready to come up with a new round 7. Yes, it's getting ready to open up. A new round's going to open up, and it says it's going to start what today. Is that right, Selena? Is it starting today, August 3rd? Come on,
Yes.
tell us about it.
So round 7 starts today, and that's for people who are already waitlisted. So they're going to do
Oh,
another round for the people who are waitlisted. Round 8 will be for nonprofit and cultural institutions or cultural nonprofits, whatever they did in round 4 last time. And then round 9 opens September 9th for new applicants and waitlisted applicants. So if you're waitlisted, you have 2 more chances, 2 more rounds to get selected. 2 more. So this is great news for our community.
Oh, it is. We've told people it's not done yet. We told people you don't believe it. Oh, y'all exaggerating. No, there's money out there. COVID money. There's money out there. So yay to that. Now, I don't know no nonprofit cultural things, but I know that there must be plenty, or they wouldn't name a category for that. So, and then after that, round 9. Now, round 9 for those that didn't apply, round 9, that starts in September 9th. So stay tuned, you guys. Today is for wait list. Those that have been on the wait list and what's going on. Today it opens up. So here goes your next chance. Pray, ask God. Come on, God. Let's do this. So, Black Small Business Association, they are the ones that facilitate it, meaning all they do, they don't pay you, they don't fund you, but they review the information and they make sure that if people qualify and put that through. Go ahead, Sue, tell me.
We don't review no information. We don't do
that. Ooh, I'm glad you corrected that. What y'all do?
No, we help people complete their applications.
Oh.
If you need help completing the applications, if you have a problem, you don't have your taxes, their taxes aren't right, we have a referral to Pastor K. But we try to help people get their applications completed and get it in so that they can be considered for the California Relief Grant. We're just a partner. We don't review information. We don't have access to their files because it's a breach of your privacy, right? So yeah. we just help you to get your application in, and then we do have the ability to contact Lindustry and get an answer when you've exhausted all means, but that's a whole nother conversation.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you corrected that because she'll be getting 100 calls today. Talking, can you do my grant? Can you review that? What's going on? And she just said all she does is help you. If you're stuck and you can't do it, then what they do is they try to figure out to help you. Do you need your taxes? Do you need your business license? Whatever it is, in order to qualify. So thank you for clarifying that and clearing that up, Selena. And then last, I have a really big one too. It's called the California COVID Rent Relief. And it's through Housing is Key. So I've been getting calls from attorneys and everybody about this California COVID-19 rent relief. And I really actually got some clarification because I was under understanding that it would only pay back rent back to the COVID day, April 20th, that if you haven't paid your rent, then landlords or renters can actually apply for this money. But woo woo, let me tell you about the good news. The good news is that it'll pay future rent. People are I got people call. I got to check. They got to check for 40,000 or that their rent was paid all the way up till next year. So if you are affected by COVID and you can't pay, you on unemployment, you can't pay your rent, go to Housing is Key. It's so easy. I went on there and you push the button and then you start answering these questions. Housingiskey.com. You go there and then you just apply. And it says, do you have a hardship? It's so easy. And everybody says, well, do I have to be unemployed to do it? No, it don't say that. I looked at it also pays utilities, unpaid or upcoming. And they'll answer your questions. It says you can apply upcoming rent. So I think that is so cool. I mean, like, that would just put you into a position that's wonderful. Yes, ma'am.
I have a good question for you for today.
Okay.
So I had someone was asking me yesterday. They are a homeowner. They have people renting the rooms in their home, but they're elderly and they don't file taxes. Does that will that impact them in any way?
Can they apply for their renters?
Yes, if they don't file taxes, because it does ask you for a W-9.
No, you can't do it. If you're renting out a room and you didn't make your house, which you're supposed to though, a renter's place, then no. Because then you can put that in for your son, your daughter, and your cousin. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So you have to like be have a Schedule E. If you got people renting out, you got to declare your house as a renter's place. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, because you could be, that's a place of falseness. That's a place where people can actually lie, and you can't do that. So people don't know if you're renting out a house, and even if you live in it, you actually are supposed to claim that income.
Oh,
Yes, you're supposed
good
to claim that.
information.
Yeah, people don't realize that and they don't do it. So if you want to declare, so say you just did it this year and you don't have a W-9 or taxes, what you could do is you can send them. I'm pretty sure that if you say, well, I'm renting out rooms, but I just started this year, then you could probably give them a copy of the lease or the renter's agreement between you and the tenant
Hmm.
and provide that to them.
But if you don't have a Schedule E, then
Or you don't have a Schedule E and you say I've been doing it for years, that is nullified. If you say this is my first year doing it and here's my lease agreements with my tenants,
okay,
then I bet you they would do it.
okay. But then you
That's
have to claim it next year on
yes,
your
you have to claim it on your taxes. Yeah. So you don't get to do all that and then because then you're falsifying stuff. So
All
that's the way
right.
you would
This
do
is the
that.
information we need. Come on.
So anyway, good info, you guys. I hope you had a great Tax Tuesday. I went way beyond my time, but it was some good stuff out there, wasn't it? So I hope that it was a help to you. Spread the news, tell people about it, share this information because we want everybody to get every dollar that's coming to them. Anybody that's having problems paying their rent, anybody affected by the COVID, please go on there. I'm telling you right now, I talked to an attorney a couple of days ago and he said, why don't you help people and get 10%? So he said, I did a guy, he got 40,000, I got 4,000. I said, wow, that's really tight. That's really nice. That is a resource that is respectable, but I would like to just help my community. And then, if I helped you, you got 40,000, you can throw me a penny or a nickel or breakfast or something. But I do think that we need to share this with everybody. Tell all your community, tell everyone, your family, to watch Tax Tuesday because I have some great information and guests on there. Well, you better know that. The Tax Guru, I'll be back next Tuesday at 9 o'clock. Don't miss me in the name of Jesus and let everybody know because I'm telling you right now, it's wonderful. So I'm out.